Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, and today I'm going to do my everyday natural glam for everyday work, school, any day, every day, and it's quick, and I hope that you guys will enjoy. So let's go. So unfortunately I did my eyebrows. I filled them in off camera because my brows are a mess, and as soon as I get them in shape, I'll definitely do a full eyebrow tutorial because I know you guys always ask me about my eyebrows. Okay, so we'll just clean them up and then we'll do my everyday look. Yeah, so we just clean them out and do my everyday look. So for my eyebrow cleaning, I love to use the MAC. Okay, I've abused it. As you can see, I love using it. It's my everyday, palette to go to for my eyebrows and contouring. So it's Skinfinish. I need to refill. So that's my favorite to go to at all times. And then I'll be using my Byart brush. It's my brow line brush. It's perfect. I'm in love with it. I use it all the time. I would not do without it. Okay, I'll use the shade NC50, which is my foundation shade. So I like to be closer to my foundation when I'm doing like an everyday look, when I'm not going any dramatic or no drama. So I keep it simple, very close to my shade. Okay, so I'll take in my NC50 concealer from MAC, and then I'll just clean it up. So yeah, so I bring it all the way just down, yeah. So my concealer is close to my skin tone as possible so that I get a nice, natural everyday look. I'm going to blend out my concealer with my Byart again, Byart brush. It's my concealer blending brush. So I'm going to use it. You can use any other brush that you can blend your eyebrows, and then I'll just blend the concealer out all the way, giving my eyebrows a nice natural finish. And I normally don't clean my eyebrows on top because I find it pointless, especially my eyebrows are quite nicely shaped. So for me it works perfectly to achieve that natural look. Just to highlight my little dark spots, because I've been struggling with breakouts for a while now, but it's cleared out beautifully. So my skin is getting back to its normal routine. So as you can see here and there, I have little black spots, and then of course around my mouth I'm normally a bit darker. I don't know why, just hormones, I have no idea. So I'm going to try and conceal that, and then just to get a nice base. So I'm going to use the same NC50 concealer from MAC again. So I'm going to go in with my brush, and then I'm just going to dab in. So I'm going to dab and dab all the way just nicely, just to hide them a bit. So I'm just going to dab. And I have a pimple coming out here, so I'll also try and conceal a bit. So I'm going to dab all the way just on the little spots, just to get a nice even base. And then around my mouth as well. And a lot of people use the orange concealers, color correcting, but sometimes I just feel like I'm lazy and I just go for my skin tone concealer. For my foundation, I always use the NC50 by MAC, but I did try something else for the longest. I never try anything else when it comes to foundation. I'm very comfortable. So this time around, I switched up my foundation a bit. So I'm using the Kat Von D. So it's, I don't know if you can see it, it's right there. It's so nice. It's full coverage. So it's for the days where I'm feeling like I'm in a rush. I want a bit of coverage, but yet natural. It's not cakey. That's the best thing I like about it. So it's actually one of my favorites so far, foundation. It's not cakey, it's thick, but it gives you a nice coverage. So full coverage, and it gives you a natural look at the same time. It's not too much, okay? So I'm gonna apply with my beauty blender that I use all the time. So I'm gonna apply with that. So I'm just going to splash it on my face here and there. Not too much because it's quite full coverage. So I'm just going to do that. I think it's enough. So I'm going to dab it in with my beauty blender. So dab it all the way. So I'm going to push it back just to go into my hairline, okay? I look flawless. So for my concealer, I'm under eye concealer for highlighting. I normally use my Pro Long concealer by MAC. So it's Pro Long concealer by MAC. So I'm going to use it for my highlight. I'm using the shade NC45 base. Just tiny little bit here and there. I think that's enough. Not too much. It's my everyday makeup, so I'm not going away to glam. I'm gonna dab into the concealer with the tip of my beauty blender. Then I'm gonna use it to highlight my nose. So I'm gonna apply it on the bridge of my nose. So normally, I don't know, I can't do it like this. I normally just do it from the top so I can see my bone very well. So I'll do it from the top. And then I'll just spread it and highlight my forehead. So normally I hardly contour my nose with any contouring, I don't know, powder or cream. I just prefer just to highlight the bridge of my nose and then let my skin tone or the other foundation play off as a contouring agent. And then I'll just blend this side as well. So I'm going to set them on the eyes with a Real Technique brush. I know the name, it's quite old, so it's been rubbed off. I'm going to use banana. So I'm going to set. So I normally don't like using a lot of setting powder. I just use enough to set my my concealer. I don't use a lot. And then I'm gonna take my finger, right, and I'm gonna dab it into the setting powder and then use it to place it at the tip of my nose to get like a cute button nose. It's the only time I bake. Yeah, it's the only time I bake. So I'm gonna put it right here. And while we lay that bake, I'm going to contour my face. And while contouring my face, as I said earlier on, I love the Pro Concealer and Correcting palette in dark actually. So I'll put everything in the description box. It's my favorite mug to go to. You can see I've literally, finished everything. So I'm going to take my Byart brush again. And majority of my brushes is Byart brushes. I don't know because they are my brushes or they do a good job, but I believe they do an amazing job because my makeup gets on perfectly, okay? So they perfect for those tiny places. It's very precise, so it's like, taped at the top, so you get precision. So I'm going to go into the dark color. I don't know what it's called. Let me see. It's I think NW55, yes, NW55. But I'm gonna mix it with NC50, okay? So NW55, I'll swirl my brush into the concealer and mix them together. Yeah. So do that, and I'm going to go right here. I'll use the same concealer, right? And then I'll look down just to define my crease a bit. So I will apply it right in my crease. So it's actually my everyday makeup. Same concealer, okay? Just to define my eyes and my crease. I'm gonna go in here as well. And it ties everything so beautifully because it's like as I'm bronzing, like my eyes and my cheeks look nice and everything ties together beautifully. So use my small little concealer brush just to blend in. I think I went too far. I normally don't, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just nervous. Okay, I do that. Yes, there we go. Then I'll take my brow line brush and go into the same concealer and then just underneath my eyes. So what I do at the top, I do at the bottom just to tie it together. And then I'll set it with a brown shadow. Sometimes when you do this, the concealer will actually stay here and it can look a bit harsh. So you can take your beauty blender and just dab it and just, soften the edges a bit. Because something does happen. I think my cute button nose is baked for a while. So I'm going to just dust off the setting powder. Then I'm just going to kill the harsh line with my beauty blender just to dab it. I didn't add any product on my beauty blender, the same foundation that I applied earlier on, just to blend it in. I'm going to dab it in. Just to define my contour a little bit, I'll actually go with my Studio Fix powder, okay? And this one, the shade is NW43 if I'm not mistaken, because the label has gone out, but I'm sure it actually is NW43, yeah. So with the same brush, and I'll now go all the way at the top because I like the dewiness of my concealers right here. So I'll now bring the powder all the way at the top, just in that hell of the cheeks. So I'll just bring the powder just here and just slightly bend up, but I wouldn't touch here because I'll use this as my base for my highlight. The dewiness of the concealer plays very well with highlight, so I don't like going that far with powder. So to tie everything together, I'll use my MAC Mineralize Skinfinish powders. So one is in dark and one is deep dark. These are my favorite to go to MAC Finish setting powders. So sometimes I mix them together and sometimes I don't, okay? So when I'm a bit slightly lighter, I will use the dark to tie everything together. Or I just mix it. It depends, I don't know, how I feel. So I'm just going to... This is our power powder brush. So I'll use that. So I'm going to use... To set my concealer underneath my eyes, I'm going to use the Urban Decay palette called Born to Run. So I'm going to use the shade right here. And it's called Riff. So it's a perfect caramel brown, perfect for my skin tone. So I'm just going to use to set my under eyes. So I'm using my Byart brush. Sometimes you get a creasing of the concealer just above your crease. You can take the same shadow and just dab it slightly, not everywhere. I love the dewiness I have on my eyes, so I'm just gonna dab it just here, just to kill that creasing, okay? But not everywhere though, just here, right where my eyes fold. Okay, so I'm gonna apply my highlight. And I'm going to use my highlight by the Balm Cosmetics. And so it's finished, but I love it. We had a store here, but it's closed down. Yeah. Okay, since it's kind of a natural everyday look, I like first starting with a very subtle highlight that's closer to my brown tones, and then I'll pop it with a more lighter highlight. Okay, so using that, that's MAC Superb highlighter, I'm going to use it and I'm going to just apply it right on top of that highlighter we applied before, just to make it pop a little bit more. I always pop it right here. I won't go further there or down here. Just in the center, right here. Just get it popping. And then I'm gonna go with my finger again, and I'm gonna place my highlighter on the tip of my nose, just to give me a butter nose. Then I'm going to slightly blend it out, just slightly. Then I'm going to apply my blush. It's the Sleek makeup blush. It's like that. It's a bit peachish with a bit of pink, peachish pink. There's not too much reflex. So I'm going to use my Byart contour brush, okay, for my blush. So I'm going to tie everything together. So I'm going to tie my highlight with my contour with my blush. I'm going to use the same highlighter I used before, the Balm Cosmetics one. So I'm going to just brighten my eyes just a little bit, not too much, just a little bit. Basically almost finished. All I need is my lipstick and my everyday lashes. Nowadays I just can't go without my lashes. So I'll do that off camera. So before I put on my lashes, my falsies, I like to go and just straighten my lashes a bit with my favorite mascaras of all times. And this is amazing if you have like curly lashes and you really don't want to put like falsies and you just want to put mascara. Trust you me, it does the damn job. So it's Haute and Naughty Lash MAC. Okay, So normally it comes out this way, right? And then this way. Okay, so I use a thinner application. So I'm just going to straighten my lips. So my falsies are in, and I have on Allure 117. Yeah, 117. So I'm going to put my mascara and just mesh my falsies and my lashes together. And I'll go even in here so that it looks uniform. And then I also go so I'm going to line my lips first. Guys, I love nudes. Like, I'm obsessed with nude lipsticks and nude looks. So I'm gonna use the MAC Cork lip liner. Here we go. So I'm gonna use it, but I'm gonna mix it with Chocolate by NYX. So I'm going to use Derrière. It's by MAC. It's a matte lipstick. It's one of my favorite nudes that MAC came out with. It was a limited edition, so mine is like finished, and I'm wondering when it's done what I'm gonna do, because I didn't find another nude. I don't know if I can find another nude like this, but I'll try and find. And then I'm gonna mix it with Blankety. So it's a MAC lipstick. So they're both MAC lipsticks. So I'm gonna apply Derrière first. Then I'm gonna use a Blankety just in the middle, just to get a nice nude, like to make it more neutral. Just right in the center as well. Then I'm going to blend it in, Derrière. So you can actually, sometimes it looks really beautiful with a lip gloss on it and makes it look very nice and dewy, but sometimes I just like to leave it like this. And it's my natural complete look for my everyday look. So you can do without the lashes if you don't like lashes, but just to put a little bit more, drama on the natural, I'll go with my 117 lashes. So that's how my look looks. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel, thumbs up, and comment. Till next time.